We'll be taking care of PV every day. Taking care of PV every way. We've been taking care of PV. It's all ours. Taking care of PV and investing in our town, PV.
Welcome to PV in Focus. My name's Skyler Barton. I'm the assistant to the town manager for Prescott Valley. Whether you're listening on audio or watching the video cast, we're grateful that you're here. We do this, we can't do it without you, so we're glad that you're here. With me, we have great representatives of the Youth Advisory Council. So we have Leanne Yi and we have Eric Chavez. So welcome, glad to have you.
Thank you for having us.
So to start off, or else everyone's going to be confused about what we're talking about. So can you please, Leanne, just explain what is a Youth Advisory Council and kind of what led us to initiating our YAC Council here?
Of course. Thank you again for having us here today. The Youth Advisory Council of Prescott Valley is something that started in 2023. It was kind of the child of Gilbert Davidson, who thought as a previous student council kid, it'd be great. He knew how passionate young leaders can be in our community. So what we do is we meet with you, Skyler, and Ryan and Gilbert from time to time, and the town council every month, actually, on Wednesdays, and talk about what's going on. What does the youth see as something important? You ask a lot of important questions to our Youth Advisory Council about their perspective on things and needs in the community from a different lens. So that's what we do as the Youth Advisory Council. Mm-hmm.
Well, and our Youth Advisory Council is a little different than others. Mm-hmm. So most municipalities come in and they create a Youth Advisory Council and they just report to the city. Now ours, we partner with the student council here at Bradshaw Mountain High School. So it's a little bit unique in that aspect. Yeah. How was that a good decision doing that, or how do you feel about that?
I love it. I've been at Bradshaw for 4 years. This is my third year as an advisor. So I've been with you guys actually the whole time I've been an advisor. And it's just been such a beautiful natural partnership that it's grown them as young leaders. And we have such a strong council here. Not just at the high school, but in the community, that they're just on fire for Prescott Valley, and they just love it so much that I think it's been great, that they just want to be heard and be seen. And they've been able to pull in, we have about almost 1,600 students here on our campus. So they've been really, the 30 kids in the council have been able to get 1,600 kids or 1,500 kids to want to share their voice as well. So it's not just our council that uses their voice. We get the whole student body involved in surveys and questions and asking them what they think we could be doing better as a town here.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
And Eric, you've been here since the very beginning too. So you've seen from the very beginning to how it is now. So what inspired you to join YAC?
College transcript. I mean, I'm serious, no. But the real reason is because, one, I mean, in the future I want to go into public service, and so I want to be a politician later on. But another reason is because even though you're a person in the town, it feels as if you don't really give much say into what happens, you know, and especially being in the youth, you feel like a bunch of moving pieces are happening around you and you just don't know what's going on. So by providing yourself an opportunity to go and speak on the behalf of others and go and share what they would want added or the struggles, it means a lot.
Well, and how have you seen it evolve? So since being from the beginning, how have you seen that kind of change, how we've done that?
Well, from the very beginning, it was really funny because we started in the classroom next door, but from a little table, us meeting you guys, being very nervous, I mean, it's an experience to meet people who actually have a say in what happens in our town, to now where we actually sit beside you guys and talk on true issues that happen now. And from the beginning of being nervous to now where we're able to advocate more and more, it's mind-blowing, especially for us as youth.
Well, and Leanne, why is the voice of the youth so important?
Oh my gosh. Well, this gets me a little emotional because I just think we underestimate our youth in today's world. We're always trying to censor them and hold them back. Even as a parent myself, I know it's easy to be like, I want to keep you safe. I want to protect you from everything. But the reality is they need with boundaries, exposure to what life is really about. And bringing the youth in has been an opportunity for them to see that it's not easy to run a town, and it's not easy, the things that are said and the feedback and all these things, but being involved in leadership is not easy. And that's been the true test for them, to say, wow, sometimes people aren't going to like what we do, and that's okay. That's how we grow and how we become better. And I think it's such an amazing opportunity for us to help them grow as young people, not just for this time in high school, but for their entire life. For them to say, wow, this time is helping me like grow and be okay with knowing the world isn't perfect, but I can be involved and make a change somewhere, somehow.
And it really does set the foundation for next steps in your life, right? Because you, like Leanne said, you educate, you learn, and a lot of people don't know what local government does. A lot of adults don't know what local government does. And so I'm sure you've learned, I'm sure all of us have learned together, and that's really important. And so what are some of the goals? I mean, we talked about that, education, being educated on what local government does, but also educating others. So what are some other goals or values that YAC has?
I think working with you guys, we have decided for this next year, our big focus is getting more involved in the community, being more involved in our town council meetings, showing up to those, you know, just really making YAC more visible in our community, to say, hey, we're here, we're at the table, we want our older community to even see that we're just as important and we care about our community. So we're just still looking for those opportunities to plug them in and make sure that the community's seeing them out and present at things and knowing that that's who they are.
Mm-hmm. And definitely to inspire people around us as well. I mean, it's not just a position for student council in itself, right? I mean, student council is one step to try and grow yourself as a leader, but YAC is also representation of everyone, you know? And so by including others and not only educating ourselves and what our local government does, but also bridging the gap between ages. I mean, we think of two different ideas, you know, and by educating one another in what we both want and need in this town, it brings a lot of commonality between us.
Well, and that's a concept we've been talking about a lot, kind of a concept of civic bridging, right? Bridging that civic divide that is in our community, it's in society, because here, you know, we have some adults, we have some older people, but typically the voice of the youth isn't heard as much as it should. And 31% of our population is under the age of 18. And so that's a good problem to have, but we also need to hear their voice. 31% of our population needs to, you know, have a say. You're going to be around here for a long time, and people who grow up in Prescott Valley want to invest in their community. They want to see that change, and it starts with the youth. We recently did a survey that went out to the high school, all of Bradshaw Mountain High School. What were your insights from that survey? What kind of experience did the students have?
First off, I want to say that it was amazing to have the town council come to us and review the survey results in itself like that. In that moment, you truly felt being seen as a youth. And so in the survey, a lot of prominent, I wouldn't say issues, but work that needs to be done came up. The first one is entertainment, and I know that's something that youth discusses a lot, but while we went more in depth with it in the meeting itself, it was also the idea of maybe entertainment isn't seen here in Prescott Valley because there's also a difference of how much you want to spend. And so if I don't want to or can't spend $30 to $40 every time I go out with my friends, I'm more inclined to stay home and say there's not as much entertainment. And another one being sidewalks. I mean, even if you want to go out and do entertainment, you need to get there somehow, and not everyone has access to driving. I mean, I'm blessed to have a license now, but some kids need to ride their bikes, use sidewalks to go, and so that's why we want to make sure that they have a safe way to do it. And another one came up was job opportunities. I mean, and it's truly no one's fault, because business and education, they're two different ideals that people need in life. But with our youth needing a way to have a sort of income to do the activities and entertainment, it doesn't really line up. And so with us bringing a spotlight to those, it really showed what we need to focus on and grow on and talk with the town and why this relationship is so important to us.
Well, I heard similar themes from that, and our town council really appreciated that conversation that they had with you, because it was just so important to hear what the youth, what their experience was, because we typically don't hear that. So sidewalks was, like you mentioned, it was a huge thing. We have them in different areas, but they're not comprehensive. There's not connectivity there. I really like the story about the job. And I believe it was you that had the job opportunity, and there was probably over 100 applications for an entry-level job, I believe it, Domino's.
Yeah.
Right? And that's very, very difficult for high schoolers. And if high schoolers are experiencing job, issues like that, other people in our community are as well. So that was a great illustration of what's happening really in our community. And then also, we had you go to the first Arizona League of Cities and Towns conference this year, and that was very exciting. That was actually the first time that we had student representation down at the conference ever. So tell me a little bit about your experience with that.
Well, first off, it was an empowering experience, like truly to see the town council who was behind us there with us, and to be around so many young minds similar to us who are just as ambitious. It was mind-blowing. But in that experience too, you think about going to one of those places and you're just learning about how town function is, like water, finance, stuff like that. But they actually took us away and got us different lessons of how to sell yourself in life and how to prove and become a bigger voice in what you're doing. And from not only that, handshake, fundamental, right? You wouldn't think that, but they remind you of how important it is. And going off from that, networking from it was amazing. I have a notebook full of people I met and that we still talk to this day of what we can do to strive in our Yak community in itself. So, that experience was amazing, and especially the town sending us to represent and carry our flag, like it was phenomenal.
Well, and that's a great experience to represent Prescott Valley, to carry our flag, and then just talking about our values and goals. So leadership is a key value. So you get to learn those leadership skills and develop those for future steps, or even right now for where you are in life. It's very exciting. So talking about the future of Yak, Leanne, what kind of gets you excited about where Yak is going and kind of the future? I know Eric's a senior, so this is his last year.
Well, we haven't decided if he's going to leave yet or not. So that's the hard part of being a teacher, is they eventually grow up and leave. I think what gets me excited is the projects that we're partnering on and wanting to take on. So we're still in conversations about it, so I'm not going to give any spoilers or anything, but I know there are some big projects that Yak wants to get with the town and see how we can make this happen for our youth. So, and getting more fresh minds. So we have some freshmen coming up that are excited about Yak, similar to Eric when he was there. So I'm excited to see the next generation of Yackers, Yackers, if you will. So I think that's what's exciting, is because it's just such a beginning stage, baby stage. So the next generation that's going to be great.
Yeah. Well, do you have any final shout outs or any final thoughts that you'd like to share?
I do. I'll start.
Okay.
So I, of course, want to shout out the town of Prescott Valley for just allowing us this opportunity, taking a chance with Bradshaw Mountain High School, and I want to shout out the district for helping solidify that partnership by saying, yeah, that's okay. You can work with us, work with our students, and giving us that freedom to work with you guys. So I think having the district behind us. All of you are great. I can't name one specific person in general, and I know our Yak council loves the town council. Like, they've been so friendly and warm and kind when they do. They come here, now this is the second year that they've come and visited our campus at the beginning of the school year, and they're just so warm, and I'm so grateful that they are so kind to our students, because that would make a huge difference. So I just want to thank everybody that's involved with Yak, that believes in us and believes in our council. And if you don't know about us, please feel free to get to know about Yak, because we're coming for Prescott Valley. We're going to be out there.
Yeah, I would like to echo the same things. The district, the town in itself, this wouldn't be possible hadn't of you guys seen the value in it in itself. But the huge shout outs that I would want to give is to you, Skyler and Gilbert. Even the first time we met, it was the warmest welcome we've had. And especially having that experience, like it's, I wouldn't say it's scary, but it's definitely a new experience that you just don't know how to handle. And you guys provided that environment, and it was so cool, and it really adapted us to wanting to do more with you guys. And my second shout out would be to Miss Yi. I mean, she works day in and day out with not only student council, but I mean YAC in itself. I mean, what we do here, it couldn't happen without Miss Yi through communication and even what she inspires us to do here. I mean, she pushed me to do it, and not in a bad way. I mean, she sees the position as a teacher as to push us to do something greater than what we originally think for ourselves. And she really did that. I mean, even the people before who've graduated now or had other things to do, I mean, she pushed us through it, and it couldn't have been possible without you, Missy.
Thanks, buddy.
Well, I mean, the feeling's mutual. Eric is the prime example of leadership for youth. You get me very excited for the future. You give me hope for the future. So it's been great to serve with you and to work with you in this role. And Leanne, I always say she has the best ideas. So it's been a pleasure to work with both of you. And it sounds like there's a game that we're preparing for tonight.
Yeah.
It's our rival game, so we have to go get our trophy back. Prescott won it last year, so we got to bring it back home tonight.
All right, well, let's do it. Again, thank you for tuning in. We can't do it without you. We really appreciate, again, if you're listening or watching, thank you for tuning in to PV in Focus. We appreciate it.
We'll be taking care of PV every day. Taking care of PV everywhere. We've been taking care of PV.